All right, today we're going to talk about whether or not you should purchase a Chinese motorcycle. So there's a lot of different Chinese motorcycles out there. Some are better than others. And they're not for everybody. So I will say I'm biased because I own a Chinese motorcycle. I own a CSC SG 250. The one I own is older than this version. It's a 2019 model, I believe, but looks the same basically. The reasons you might want to buy one is, first of all, they're affordable. Here's a brand new bike for $2,300. Some cost a little more than that. Here's a brand new one for $3,600. But the first reason is they're affordable. The next reason is they are easy to work on. So if you like to work on your bike, then a Chinese motorcycle might be good for you. CSC's motorcycles, their SG250 is carbureted single cylinder. Their TT250 is also carbureted in single cylinder. Now CSC also has some fuel injected versions, and then so does SSR. They've got some fuel injected versions. But basically, you're going to be doing a lot of the maintenance yourself. So if you like that sort of thing, a Chinese bike might be good for you. So far, they're affordable and they're easy to work on if you like that sort of thing. If you take care of them well, they're really reliable. I haven't had any issues with mine. You know, still starts up every time. I do take care of it though. But if you want to buy a Chinese bike, you can get all sorts of deals on them, but you got to be cautious. If we just go to Amazon and look for, let's say motorcycle, there's all sorts of bikes that pop up from all across the board. Here's a 200cc street bike, it looks like, for $2,400, Lifan model. I'd just be cautious what brand of Chinese motorcycle you purchase, because the biggest concern is making sure you can find parts for it. So the good thing about CSC is they've got a big distribution channel, so you can find parts for a lot of their bikes. They keep all their parts in stock. And also CSC, they have maintenance tutorials on all of their bikes. So say if you need to, maintain your carburetor on your SG250, you can go to CSC's website and they show you exactly how to do it. They also have an owner's manual online for all of their bikes. Now if you buy something, just say off of Amazon, that you've never heard of before, it might be hard to find parts for that bike and maintenance tutorials, even on YouTube or something like that. So if you're looking for a Chinese motorcycle that's affordable, I'd get it from a company that's somewhat reputable, like a CSC or even an SSR. SSR, they make little pit bikes, and they got into making some bigger bikes. This is their Buccaneer 250. It's a super cool bike. It's fuel injected, twin cylinder, V-twin. It does cost a little more, about $1,000, maybe $1,500 more than the CSC. But you can find parts for them as well. So make sure if you find one you like, it's got good parts on it. There's another famous Chinese bike out there. You can find it on Amazon if I can find it here. It's called the Hawk 250. There's tons of those out there. Now they are much cheaper than CSC or SSR. They're $1,400, and you can get them shipped to your front door. But they basically use the same engine as CSC's SG250 and TT250. And there's tons of videos online about these. You can find a lot of parts for them as well. But you got to do your research. Don't just buy something because it looks cool and it's a good deal. Do your research, make sure you can find parts and tutorials and some sort of reviews on it before you do it. like I said, I'm a little biased because I own a Chinese bike. And again, I own the SG 250. If you look at my channel, I got some videos about it. I found out about it through Revzilla. CSC is a good company. They've been around forever. But the reason I like it is my first motorcycle was a 1973 Honda CB350F. And I loved that bike. But when I got it, it was 43 years old. And I got to where I was working on it more than riding it. And what attracted me to the CSC SG250 or even this SSR Buccaneer is it's got that old look, and honestly it uses about the same technology as that 1970s Honda I had, but the difference is it's a brand new part of that 1970s technology. So it's you know, it's an engine design of that era that has not been sitting and aging for 40 years like my Honda had been, right? So it's got a lot of years left on it. It's clean, it's easy to maintain, you know, all of that, where this bike it had 40 years of gunk and history in it that I had to work through to get it to even fire up. So it's simple 1970s technology, but it's brand new. So it hasn't been sitting forever, and it runs great. So, you know, when you're looking for a Chinese bike, don't shy away from them. In Europe, you can find a lot more options, but here in the States, you can't find as many. If you find one you like, make sure it's affordable, that you're not paying too much for it. Make sure it's got good reviews and a good, you know, part surplus if you need some parts for it. And make sure, you know, there's videos for how to work on it on YouTube and that sort of thing, or tutorials, something. But yeah, definitely check it out. Don't be afraid of a Chinese bike. It's a lot of fun for tooling around. And you really don't need a whole lot of power. They do great on the back roads and all that. I've driven my bike on, you know, 100 miles at a time. And it runs great. I've got 1,500 miles on the bike now, so I'll post a video on that soon. I know I've been slacking on that sort of review, but the bike's really treated me well. But yeah, that's it, guys. Make sure to mash that like button, as we say down here in the South. And if you'd like any more content, don't hesitate to like and subscribe and leave some comments below. Thank you.